Welcome everyone, this is Soul Game Channel. In this video we will talk about news happened this weekend, but before we started don't forget like and subscribe in this channel. Naughty Dog is working on another multiplayer game set in the Last of Us universe. Ubisoft has no plans to start developing The Division 3. Remedy Studio reveals some details about the highly anticipated Control 2 game. Microsoft indirectly acknowledges the impact of Game Pass on game sales. Redfall will support mouse and keyboard on Xbox. Naughty Dog is working on another multiplayer game set in the Last of Us universe. PlayStation players are eager to reveal more details about the future of the online game, The Last of Us, which is being developed by Naughty Dog Studio, especially after revealing the teaser image of the game. The developer, as he reported on more than one occasion, puts all his energy into developing this game that supports the live service, and has been working on it for years without revealing much about it, in addition to the great secrecy that surrounds this huge project. This made us more eager to know more, but it seems that there is another similar project that the developer is working on at the same time. With a new job listing shared by Naughty Dog, there is a possibility that the developer is working on at least 2 first games or live multiplayer services. Among the jobs requested was an associate multiplayer quality assurance tester development position. Support. This information indicates, in one way or another, the possibility of more than one game from the world of The Last of Us multiplayer under development or a completely new title from the Naughty Dog studio. And given the lack of information available about the game factions or whatever its name is, it is likely to be the second game is still in a very early stage of development and is not connected to the developer's previous work. In any case, we recall that Sony officially announced earlier its plan to launch 10 live service games by 2026. Note that these are only rumors and nothing is confirmed now. Ubisoft has no plans to start developing The Division 3. Nearly 4 years after its launch, The Division 2 continues to receive support from Ubisoft and developer Massive Entertainment, although it has had some difficulties recently, most notably a few days ago with the game not receiving its new update properly. It is quite logical that fans of the series are starting to wonder how long it will take until we see a completely new sequel. It seems that the picture has become clear. We may not see the title anytime soon. According to a report from famous leaker Tom Henderson on Insider Gaming, The Division 3 is not currently in development and is not part of Ubisoft's plans at this time. It is really difficult for the company at present to postpone work on the new The Division indefinitely because it represents a very huge title for the company. But the report claims that at the moment this is not something Ubisoft is focusing on. Of course, the company has 2 more projects in the series in development, the free-to-play The Division Heartland and the mobile game The Division Resurgence. I expect The Division 3 will eventually take the helm at some point, which is inevitable for the publisher in the end given the success of both parts. In any case, due to the financial problems that the company has faced recently, we can only wait and obtain any official information or any positive indicators. Remedy Studio reveals some details about the highly anticipated Control 2 game. Remedy Studio now has a different approach than before, sharing with fans more about its upcoming projects. The studio owns many titles that are under development, one of which is the game Control 2, so what is new in it? The studio revealed the results of its financial report, which contained a lot of information about the game Alan Wake 2. Now we know that the game is playable from start to finish, and it also announced a new mechanism that it will follow in launching its games, as the launch will become annual starting this year. Control 2 is nearing full production. The studio said that pre-production is going well in preparation for possibly entering full production after the release of Alan Wake 2. Remedy Entertainment continued in its statement by saying the following: Control 2 expands the story and world of the original game. We now have detailed concepts around the game's vision and all creative areas, including gameplay, narrative, and concept art. We are pleased with the work the team has done, and as of January 2023, the game has progressed to proof of concept. In November last year, the Remedy team confirmed that Control 2 is still just graphics, which means that the game has not entered the actual development stage and therefore will likely be released after many years. The game's budget amounted to about €50 million, equivalent to $52 million, which is a significant increase from the budget of the first part, which cost $30 million. Of course, said project isn't the only Control game in development. The developer is working on a project called Codename Condor, which is a 4-player team game against artificial intelligence. This game follows the game universe and was announced in the summer of 2021, and there are currently no new details available about it. Microsoft indirectly acknowledges the impact of Game Pass on game sales. Microsoft admitted, indirectly, during the latest report submitted to the British Competition Authority, that its Game Pass service is hurting the sales of its games. This acknowledgement was not direct, but was elicited through numbers, and the reasons that we will mention to you, according to the company's statement. Through a highly anticipated new revelation, Microsoft has revealed that Game Pass is causing a drop in game sales on the service. The revelation comes thanks to an interim report from the UK's Competition and Markets Authority that was released due to an ongoing investigation into the company's merger with Activision Blizzard, and contradicts statements by Phil Spencer himself. The submitted report was an acknowledgement that the service does not generate the desired income. Of course, it is directed to players, and in return, it achieves great financial losses. The report says the following: Microsoft has provided its internal analysis showing sales of base games declined by 12 months after adding them to Game Pass. This has long been speculated to be the case, but this report by GamesIndustry.biz provides the first official confirmation of the reality of the situation. The report constituted a sharp contrast to earlier statements made by Phil Spencer in an interview with LevelUp.com, where Spencer confirmed at the time that there are profits from the games that are added to the service since the first day, resulting from the increase in the number of players in these games. He mentioned, for example, the games Forza Horizon 4 and State of Decay 2. Spencer said at the time that the proof of his words is the analyses of the company NPD, which specializes in tracking game sales. Is this really that this service will face an unknown future on the company through those mentioned results after all these years? Redfall will support mouse and keyboard on Xbox. According to the official Xbox Store page for Redfall, the game will support mouse and keyboard on Xbox platforms, making it the second first-party game from Microsoft in 2023 to launch with this feature, as the first title to support this was Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Halo Infinite also offers the option to play with a mouse and keyboard on the Xbox platform. Mouse and keyboard support seems to be a big thing for Microsoft. Developer Arcane recently revealed that Redfall requires a permanent internet connection even in single-player mode. Redfall will use de novo anti-cheat and anti-piracy software. We can't wait to see how the game performs on anti-cheat software, which often affects gaming performance. Returning to Redfall, it is a first-person perspective game, based on a story element that can be played individually or with a team of up to 4 players in a cooperative game mode over the network. Players will have to fight together to defeat a group of vampires who have cut off the attractive island of Redvale, Massachusetts, from the outside world. Redfall will be released on May 2nd as a release date this year, and will be available for free via Game Pass on launch day. The game is currently available for pre-order on Xbox and PC. Microsoft remains determined to keep the price of Xbox hardware unchanged for as long as possible, knowing that the Xbox Series S is still the cheapest entry level of the current generation, and has a respectable share of the console market compared to its older brother.